I welcome each and every one of you to One Step Higher's topic regarding shirk and branding. Now, before I begin, I want to let you know that this channel will serve to discuss various topics in the light of Islam, and the purpose will be to revive Islam step by step, whether it be regarding the spooky world of jinns, to dealing with mental health issues. Inshaa ALLAAH, I will discuss it here. So let's begin. Now, shirk and branding. Branding is really all around us. You can't really escape it, right? You have a TV monitor, it has a logo on it. You have shoes that have a logo on it. You have, a laptop that has its certain manufacturer name on it. All around us, you will see that branding is all like in front of us, behind us, is all around us. There's no way you can really escape it. However, there's certain brands that have been originated from shirk type of things, whether it's in their symbols or whether it's in their names. And as Muslims, we should be wary of this. We should be guarded from letting anything shirk related come into our lives. How can it be that you're a Muslim, you're praying, you're fasting, you're worshiping, and you're saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna advertise shirk on my body, or I'm gonna have it in my house? So we'll get to that later. But before I even begin into, what brands or what type of things I have researched and found that have shirk in it, I want to discuss what shirk even means. So shirk is an Arabic word. Really, it means to associate anything with Allah, one true God. Whether it's association in your worship, whether you're associating by showing off while you worship, or you say that there's a son of God, or there's a daughter of God, or you don't even believe in God. Well, I mean, I believe that's like just totally atheist, but you're mixing with God, and we don't do that at all. So coming to just branding, okay, and the things we have all around us, why does it, where do we even see this? Why do we even care? And what can we do to avoid this? So the point of having knowledge of shirk is so that we can avoid it, so we don't have it around us. Because as Muslims, we are pure not only just by our clothing, but by our actions and what we believe in. And the things all around us have a push and pull, whether it's towards good or towards bad. So the Prophet ﷺ said that the similitude of good company and that of bad company is that of the owner of musk and the one blowing the bellows. So you can go to a nice fragrant shop, a perfume shop, or some place that has nice, like some good smells to a cologne, and you're like, oh, this is nice. But then you don't buy anything, but still you smell good when you leave the store, or you have a good experience there. But on the other hand, you go someplace like a mechanic shop or a blacksmith or some place, that you've been in, and it just smells really bad, like a factory or something. You're like, ugh, You might not purchase anything, but it rubs off into your clothing. And it's like people that smoke or they cigarette smoke. Even if you don't smoke it, you get that smell into your hair or your clothing. So the same way when you have good company, and company doesn't mean people, because we always use the hadith and we say, oh, it's people, that I have to have good friends. That's true, that's one part. But the suhbat, or the company I'm talking about, is the stuff we watch, the stuff we wear, the stuff we purchase, the stuff we keep in our houses, the stuff we have in our cars, on our desks, in the offices we work. And we don't even realize, like, whoa, what am I wearing? Why do I have this? I'm not a promoter of shirk. I'm not someone that wants to promote anything against my belief. So why do I have this? And that's why today's podcast is so important, because Inshaa ALLAAH, God willing, it's going to wake you up. It's going to open your eyes and your heart and say, whoa, I need to step back and I need to assess what I have all around me. Is it going against my religion? Perhaps I never knew. And it's okay. God does not judge you based on what you did not know. But now, since you do know and you've listened, now you got to take action and you'll be held accountable. So let's look at some examples. So the first one I'll look at is actually a really popular brand. It's called Nike. Nike. I mean, this is a worldwide brand. You know, you got shoes, you got caps, you got Nike this, you got Nike that. But did you know what the word Nike even means? Nike actually means the Greek winged goddess of victory. What is the Nike? What does it mean again? You have to have this in your brains. It means the Greek winged god of victory. Now, the first question will come up in some of your guys' mind. You'll be like, Ahmed, I don't believe in, of goddess of victory when I'm wearing the shirt. Okay, why don't you just wear a cross t-shirt, a t-shirt that has the cross, the Christian cross, and just wear it around in the mosque? Why don't you just buy Judaism, the symbol of Judaism, and just wear it in front of you or on your cap and just walk around? What's the difference? The only difference is that you just don't know what that word meant, but now you do know. You know it means Nike. You know it means it's a goddess of victory. It's a astaghfirullah, God's name. So once you know it and once you realize it, of course you're going to be held accountable. How can you be marketing something against God? And you might be wondering, what are you saying marketing? How am I marketing when I'm wearing a Nike shirt or a Nike cap or Nike shoes? Well, you are. Because it's like saying, I'm going to wear this t-shirt of a cross or some symbol, a Hindu symbol or some symbol, and I'm going to walk around the masjid and this, that, and people are going to see it. And you're going to say, no, I just like the design. Well, do you think you would ever wear something like that in the masjid, in the mosque, and you're going to pray in front of God with that? Can you imagine being the Friday prayer and you have a cross symbol on your shirt and you're praying in front of God? I mean, how humiliating would that be and shameful would that be? You as a Muslim cannot be doing this. It is haram. It is impermissible to be wearing something that goes against our belief. There is no way someone can convince and people say, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. When the meaning, the name is right there. The symbol is right there of the Nike swoosh of victory, of speed. And that's what the whole thing, the goddess of victory, is all about. How can you be doing that? It really boggles my mind. So I hope and I pray that your heart opens, your mind opens, your eyes open. Like, yeah, man, I should throw it away. Alhamdulillah, I got that Nike shoes and I threw it away. Once I found out, and I'll tell you what happened. No one told me this. I had to think about it. I was thinking, I was like, man, I don't know. And it came into my heart one day, like, why does a Nike symbol look like this? It just popped in my mind. I don't know. I really don't know why. It just came as a thought. And I said, okay, let me just look into it, research into it. And I said, whoa, not only Nike, but the other brands I'll be talking about later, them as well. And I'm like, man, I can't be doing this. And I just threw them away. I threw those Nike shoes away. I don't care how much they are. In front of God, I don't care. I'm not going to be putting negativity and shirk into my life. And it's like, forget the word Nike. Put another word there. Let's say the Church of Jesus on the shoes, on your shirt. Would you want to have that in your house and just keep it there? No, you don't believe in it. It's disbelief. It's shirk. Why would you have this? It really makes no sense at all. And especially when the Prophet ﷺ said, when Allah Himself subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Isra, Surah 17, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, and do not approach unlawful sexual intercourse. Indeed, it is ever an immorality and is evil as a way. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, don't even approach unlawful sexual intercourse. Don't approach zina. He didn't say doing zina is obviously the worst part. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself has said, don't even come close to it. Don't even come close to it. Don't approach it. Don't take steps towards it. But forget about steps. You're having that shirk branding on your shoes and you're taking steps with it all over the place. So we have to be cognizant of this, that, I was like, I didn't know, but alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu opened my eyes and my heart, and now I know, and I'm not going to be wearing this. I got to throw this away. I don't care what anybody says. This is shirk. This is going against my belief. This is the true belief, and I'm not going to taint it with any of these type of brandings that take away from my true belief. So when Allah SWT says don't approach even zina, zina is less than shirk. Shirk is the worst. Why promote it? Why advertise it? Why have it in our life? So moving on, Maserati. Now Maserati is a car, okay? It's a luxury car. And the name Maserati is not the problem. The problem is the logo Maserati. And what they did was the statue of Neptune, he's the Greek god of the sea or the ocean, and he was inspired. Mario was inspired. I don't know who Mario is. Maybe he was the owner or starter, but he created the Maserati logo based on that. The statue at the Piazza Maggiore, and maybe I'm messing up that, in Bologna, Italy, I believe it's Italy. But you see that he's holding a trident, a three-pronged, what do you want to call it, a staff. And if you look at the logo Maserati, you'll see the same thing. Why do we have now, probably a lot of you don't even have a Maserati, but if you do have a Maserati, and sell it. Or what you could do, and this is what I've done in my car, if you have a logo, you can color it out, put some mark, or just take off the logos off your car. You can do that. You can remove all of the areas where they have that logo and just remove it. The issue is not the name, it's the logo, it's the symbol. If you remove the symbol, alhamdulillah, good. Now, moving on, there's another brand of French luxury goods manufacturer called Hermes. Now, Hermes, also called Mercury in Roman mythology, was considered the messenger of the Olympic gods. And according to legend, he's the son of Zeus, and it's like what? And if you bought this, I guess, fashion brand, maybe they sell purses or whatnot, throw it out. You shouldn't have it. And if there are other brands, and I'm going to stop at this for just my examples of the different brands, but there are probably other brands out there that when you read that either what their name actually meant and what it symbolizes, or whoever founded the company and why they use that name, and it comes from something shirk related, why are you wearing it? Why do you have it in your house? Why do you have it displayed in front of you? Look, when you wear a shirt or a cap or shoes, or you have something on your desk, you bought that usually for the name of the company, or you bought it because of the quality or this and that. But if it has something going against your belief, why even have it as a promotion? Because someone will walk by and say, oh, that looks nice, what company makes it? Oh, Hermes. You're like, okay. And you just indirectly know what Hermes means. You're like, just as much as like, oh, who makes this watch? Oh, the Church of Nazareth, or the Jewish assembly, or the Jewish synagogue. That's where I got it from. You're like, okay, and even any normal person would understand. You're like, oh wow, okay, aren't you Muslim? Like, why are you wearing Christian related stuff or Jewish related things? It's not the Jewish person making it. We're not talking about the non-Muslim making it, or the Christian making it, or the atheist making it. That is not the problem here. The problem is the symbol or the name. What does it really mean? And just as much as the word for us, Islam, is not just, oh, Islam. It's just the name. Doesn't matter. No, Islam is the name. It is how you have a flag and it has like a symbol or the name, and it represents something. So Islam is the representation of the belief of one God. It is the forebearer. It is the forerunner. It's the front facing. When you hear anything as a Muslim, you say, what is your belief? Oh, I believe in Islam. Okay, that automatically gives you all the information that who this person is. I work at X, Y, and Z company. So let's say, for example, I work at Walmart. Oh, what does Walmart stand for? What do they do? You're like, oh shoot, is that good or bad? Do they do good or do they do bad? So the same thing we should assess in all of our things we have in our lives, that am I part of the good or am I part of the bad? And we know in Islam that we will be held accountable even if we're not directly harming or directly believing, but if we're indirectly, or we're supporting, or we're advertising, or we're marketing, then how can you say on the day of judgment, oh God, I knew this was another religious deity that they had made fake against you, and I still wore it. I like the quality, I like the name. No. Come on, we have to be real here. You can't be skirting around saying, oh, I don't believe in what it stands for, but you're willing to wear the name. You're still marketing. I don't care what you might say. It's just as much as people that, and it's actually worse if you think about it, somebody that doesn't even just being used to market their company and what their name stands for. So you have many people that go to work, they pick up a billboard. There's people on the side of the streets, you'll see them twirling like advertisement and stuff. They are part of that company now. They are part of what they stand for, what they believe in. There's a lot of people in this world that they will not purchase something because what that company does. What's going on in Palestine and Gaza right now? Okay, in Palestine versus Hamas and Israel's the war that's going on. There's a lot of people that boycotted because they know that the money is directly going for the cause of Israel, for Israelis' cause in their fight. So that's lower than this here, what I'm talking about. This is shirk. This is going against Allah. Even if you don't believe it, just as the Prophet ﷺ said, that good company. What did he say? Good company is like the owner of musk. It's a fragrant. It's good. And the one that you have bad company, you get that smell. At the minimum, you will get smell. You will have an effect. There will be an effect. That's the whole point here, what I'm trying to say. The Prophet ﷺ used a different word. I'm translating into different, more, let's say, in a scientific way. It's the same thing. The Prophet ﷺ said you would get a smell. I'm saying that you're going to be affected by that frequency, by that negativity, by that quality of that thing. Just as much as you go to a party and there's a lot of people that are good people, they'll talk good things. Yeah, you might not agree or whatnot, but you feel good because you know that you're protected. You know you're safe. You know they're not going to make fun of you. You know they're not bullies. But now you go to another party and you see the group of people, and you know that they're bad. They don't do a lot of good. They're always hating on each other. They're always backbiting. They're always jealous. They're envious. When you forget about it, you don't even have to open your mouth. You just sit there. Right away, you feel that energy, that negativity, downplaying, the looks they're giving you, those whispers behind your backs. And you're putting yourself in that situation. Have you ever seen someone that, as a Muslim, we're just sitting at the bar and we're saying, oh, I just like the chair at this bar, at this club. And it's nice, it's comfy, that's why I'm sitting here. No, you stay away far from it. And as I've already said in the Quran, that we stay far away. And this is actually not for zina. If you look at it in one way, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not want us come close to doing bad. Stay far away from it. Once you start feeling you're getting to negativity, you're doing bad, go away. Change your friends, change your suhbah, change your company. That's the whole point. Because at the end of the day, our lives is a pull or push. We're either getting pulled to God or we're getting pushed away from God. We're on a spectrum of good and evil. Most of us, we've kind of fallen in the middle. But if we're truly trying to get to God, we need to pull and add those things into our lives that will get us closer to God. And if you add those things that are negative, that takes you away from God, then what do you expect? It's only up to the mercy of God that Allah saves a person and puts them into good company. But otherwise, it's your actions, it's your negativity, it's your decision making to put yourself in bad company. It's your decision that, you know what, I'm going to put myself in harm's way. It was your decision to be with this type of group of people. It was your decision. You knew that they were not that good, but you know what? They had a nice car. I wanted to look cool. Oh, they had nice brand clothing. I wanted to be part of that cool group. Well, if you're going to be part of that group, then be expected to also receive the negative parts as well, the bad parts, the evil parts of it. So that's the company part. And the whole point of this, why do we even care at the end of the day? It's because we want to save ourselves from going to the evil side and to losing our faith overall. We want to be protected in the hereafter. We need to circle ourselves, immerse ourselves in positivity, in spirituality, reading the Quran, doing zikr, having good company, having those brands. There's so many brands out there, guys. Come on, that you don't need to have a Nike brand. You can have an Adidas brand. You can have a Fubu brand. I don't know. There's so many other clothing brands. If you see something, you're like, okay, if not Maserati, there's a Lexus. If not a Lexus, there is a BMW or some other company out there. So the excuse that, shaitan will give into you, like, oh, you can't live without it. It's so cool. I can't find that design. Okay, come on, man. Let's be real. There's so many other designs. There's so many other brands that you can get of comparative quality and of comfort as well. So what can we do? We've talked about, the definition of shirk, how it applies to the branding all around us, and I gave you some examples. And now I've talked about why it matters, right? I said why it matters. What's the whole point? So what can we do? So first is, if you have Nike, if you have a Maserati car, you have Hermes, or if anything else that you research and you find out has the name or the logo is shirk, get rid of it, or color over it so it's not there anymore. Cut it up. Do what you have to do to get rid of it. Okay? And this actually, subhanallah, I just remembered a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. This is about like picture making, and the Prophet ﷺ, one time there was a curtain of pictures, and it was a curtain. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting here, guys. But there was, Jibreel told him, cut this up and then cut it so it doesn't resemble a creation of God. So he cut the head, and like the body was like a trunk of a tree, so it kind of looked inanimate. It didn't look like a creation, like a human being or like an animal anymore. Why was that done? That was done so you're not competing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That you can never do that. That's the competition. So if the Prophet ﷺ cut that, the curtain or the piece of cloth so he would not resemble a creation of Allah, then imagine now shirk, that he cut that up so then he would not even come close to resembling a creation. Over here you're resembling shirk, you're resembling promoting shirk. So we have to keep this in mind. So again, back to what we can do. First, remove it from our lives. Number 2, so once you removed it, we have to teach others as well. We have to tell our friends, hey, listen to this podcast, or, did you know that this comes actually from this, a Greek mythology or some other mythology, some deity, XYZ. And the last part is Muslims. As Muslims, we have to empower ourselves to make Muslim brands, Muslim names in the brands, whether it's clothing, we should be more into manufacturing goods. Because either we're creating something or we're consuming things in our lives, and most people are consuming things. But as Muslims, we should be creating things as well. Let's put that plate of biryani down and let's make up a new dish, or let's make up a new clothing line, or let's make a new car. Maybe perhaps a TV or a monitor or a laptop, some electronics, or there's so many things that we can make, and we can give it a Muslim name to it. Or if not Muslim, Muslim or Islamic name to it. Why can't we do that? So overall, I wanted to leave you all, with the whole point of this is that sometimes we're living our lives and we don't realize what let's just say that we don't kind of sense things, we don't see things, and we don't have knowledge of it either. No one explained it to us, no one told us. that, hey, did you know this comes from this? And my last video, I recommend that you all should watch it, is shirk in movies. Not only in movies, like in TV shows, which is primarily, for example, there's some movies just purely just built off of some deity like Thor. And you have these movies like Disney movies or Pixar movies, like, you have Hercules, and I can't even really think on top of my head, but you have these TV shows and movies that are just pushing stuff out that affects not only adults but kids as well. And this is what happens, that after some time people get so desensitized that they don't care about it anymore. But we got to care about it. If we're going to revive Islam one step at a time, then we need to start going back to the beginnings. Forget about fighting, oh, where should I put my hand in prayer, or this or that. We need to start cleaning the shirk in our lives. Once we, inshallah, clear the shirk when it comes to in our worship and what we wear and what we eat and how, basically in our daily lives, once that's removed, now we can then focus on the next steps, in our worship. How can we perfect our worship? How can we perfect our character? But if the first point, if the starting line, is all messed up, if the foundation is so messed up and it's just in shambles and in, crumbling, you're not going to make anything really on top of that. It's all going to fall down. So again, today our topic was shirk and brands. I hope you all enjoyed it. Actually, I plan to keep the comments open on this podcast, where I want to just hear your feedback as to the topics you've listened to so far. I have other videos as well, and inshallah I'll be hopefully uploading 1 or 2 videos per week, various topics. I have so many topics in my mind, honestly, to talk about, and I'm really actually excited because a lot of the topics I really want to talk about that have not been really touched upon, or if they have been touched upon, they maybe have not been touched upon the way I wanted them to be explained. So like we could talk about chakras in Islam, lataifs in Islam. We could talk about how we can be spiritual and still be, have fun. Islam in the Western world, in America, Canada, UK. The challenges Muslims are facing in the Western world versus perhaps the Eastern part of the world. You have so many topics that range from as to the fundamentals of the religion. Perhaps we can talk about how, this would be interesting, how actually Harry Potter is related to Islam, Lord of the Rings is related to Islam, just the right aqeedah, the fundamentals, misconceptions. There's so many things like safeguarding the tongue. How do I live an Islamic lifestyle in the Western world, being spiritual while being, hip, fresh, and haram relationships that are out there. Then we go to the spiritual aspect, jinns and the reality of the jinns, and being pious. Again, I already said that, but energy healing. This is one that I really want to talk about too. Energy healing with water, dam or ruqya, the Quranic healings, and the different hadith behind it. Raising children in America or in Canada and the UK, modesty, and some practical advice and tips on how to be modest, not just putting your eyes down, but other ways you can be modest without just the normal people thing, just put your eyes down. And so inshallah there's many topics that will be coming up. I really want you all to come here, give your feedback. I really want to make this channel seriously a way that we can all revive Islam together. We need to revive Islam, especially with how things are happening all around the world. And I'm 100% that we will not be able to change our condition until we change ourselves. This is in the Quran. We have to change ourselves. We have to fix our aqeedah. We have to fix our belief. We have to bring that beautiful fragrance of spirituality back in our lives. We're not just robots here. The qala Rasulullah said, bam, 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 bam. No, there's love. There's just, that feeling of just compassion and mercy. Whereas, at the same time, we are strict where we need to be strict, and we're compassionate where we need to be compassionate. We're strong when we need to be strong, and we're soft when we need to be soft. So all of these things had to be, inculcated, had to be brought in, and it takes time, I understand. But inshallah, hopefully through this platform, this YouTube platform, I will be able to discuss the whole variety of topics out there. And so I think I've talked enough. So I inshallah will make dua for all of you. And I guess until we meet again, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.